Hey guys, it is Monday morning here in the Philippines, and we are doing another Mini GT Monday. And we are basing it on Mustang, so it could even be Mustang Monday, whatever you'd like to call it. But anyways, we've done unboxing videos on these two guys before, but separately. So today what I wanted to do is point out like the factory wide body versus the aftermarket wide body. So to see the subtle differences and such, we're comparing the LB Works Ford Mustang wide body versus the Shelby GT500 SE wide body. So both based on the same platform Mustang, but one is the factory and one is the aftermarket. So there are the cars here. So anyways, let's take a look at the factory one first. As you can see, it's very subtle, the wide body from the side profile. You can't really even see the flares or anything like that. Maybe in certain lighting you could see the indentation or the grade of the flare and such, but it doesn't really become apparent until you kind of flip it to the top profile. Then you can see it, but still yet it's very subtle. And then from the 3/4 view, you can see it a little more on the back. The front, you can see from the rear shot, 3/4, and you can see the vent and the fender there behind the front flare. And then the wheels really are not like a reverse offset like I would have expected for wide body cars. That it would have been like a reverse offset so you can get a deeper dish wheel on it. But they're using standard offset wheels and tires. The tire may be a little bit wider than the factory, but honestly, the factory non-wide body, I should say. But honestly, I don't know. But overall, the wheel choice on the Shelby I like better than the LB Works wheel choice. And as you can see, front valence, overall front end look, it is a little bit wider. And then looking from the rear, it is also a little bit fatter on the wheel arches, as you can see. Now let's bring out the LB Works and compare them to each other. Now, as you can see, the LB Works is dramatically wider than the Shelby. So, maybe not dramatically, but it is wider. And the lighter colors always make things look a little bit bigger. But, yeah, the flares are pretty similar, but the LB Works is a little bit wider. Then going from the front shot. Now, the front flares are wider on the LB, as you can see. Then the side profile, the things that make the LB obvious are the separate pieces, meaning that the flare is riveted on or bolted on versus the Shelby is molded into the body. It is part of the body panel, the wide flares. The LB Works are aftermarket bolt-ons that they could have been probably finished into the stock body panel, meaning they could have been flowed in, molded in, however you'd like to call it, but they don't do that with the LB stuff. They make it pretty obvious that it is a wide body addition, and they bolt them on. So, as you can see, the body line of the flare, you could even see the recesses for the bolts or rivets, whatever they use, and such. Now, the front flare is a little bit more drastic on the LB, as I said, on the Shelby. And you can see that the LB is just the upper arch. It doesn't go down the whole fender, whereas the Shelby does. I mean, the LB Works, it's there, but it's not raised out, as you can see. And then the wheels on this car, once again, they're aftermarket, so they are standard offset. Once again, I would have probably went with a reversed offset. And then the tires do look maybe a hair bit wider on the LB. Trying to get it close enough to tell a difference, but yeah, maybe a hair bit wider on the LB than on the Shelby. And the track is much wider on the rear of the LB than the Shelby on the rear. Now the front track seems to be pretty similar. Maybe a little bit wider on the LB, but not much. The back is the one that's drastic. It is pretty big. Well, it's a lot wider, I should say. And then the LB wide body on their rear bumper has that air diffuser and such, whereas the Shelby does not. Shelby has a nicer exhaust, but this is based on a standard Mustang, as far as what I know. So, that are your differences, guys. As I said, each is their own. Like, some people like the bolted-on flare look. I like the bulged factory body look, meaning that the flares are part of the panel. Kind of like the wide-body Charger in the last F&F movie, where everything is made into the body. Same thing with a lot of like the Trans Am series cars and such. When they do make the cars wider and put the flares, they actually flare out the existing body panel instead of adding an aftermarket flare. Or if they do add an aftermarket flare, they mold it into the panel and make it look as one. That's the look I like mostly. But then again, a lot of the LBWK GTRs, I absolutely love the way they look with their flares and such. Same thing with the Pandoms and such things. So, as I said, each car kind of looks unique. On the Mustang, however, I do like the Shelby wide body better. It's a little bit more subtle and such. So that's my opinion. But I still like the LBWK too. But if I was buying one, I would opt for the Shelby wide body, factory wide body. So guys, I hope you liked the video. Hope you enjoyed the comparison and the look at both up close and such. I will be back again actually tomorrow. And we have a Truckin' 2 for Tuesday. I found a rare JK's Power Wagon once again. So we're going to be taking a look at him. And also a Texas driving casting. So make sure you tune back in tomorrow to see our Truckin' 2 for Tuesday. So thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the beginning of your week.